Hey friends, welcome back to the Tingz platform. Happy to have you here. Per usual, we're talking about carnival. So, I don't know about you, but I like to be as prepared as possible when it comes to carnival. So, what I'm doing today is suggesting to you that you create a carnival emergency kit, and if you already have one, consider the items that I'm about to share if they aren't already on your list, okay? So we're just gonna hop right into it. Some of the reasons why you might need a carnival emergency kit or a costume emergency kit rather is because something goes wrong somewhere. It might happen. So you want to prepare for that. So in the event that some gems are falling off, in the event that your bra size may not be covering you the way that you thought it would, for whatever reason, it's always good to be prepared because things happen. If you watch one of my other videos, things happen at the band house that sometimes you're not ready for. Okay, so this is how you can help yourself. So, one of the first items on my list is some scissors. Some scissors. All you have to do is whether you're cutting up a t-shirt, whether you're cutting string, whether you're cutting off gems, they come in handy 9 times out of 10 for something. So always have a pair of scissors on hand. And a lot of the things that I bring up today, or a couple of the things that I bring up, you might need to check a bag for, especially depending on where you're traveling from. So it might vary, but scissors are definitely something that you have to check in your bag or be prepared to purchase once you get to your destination. The next thing on my list is a glue gun and some glue sticks. So most costume work has hot glue on it, right? They're stuck together. Everything on the piece is stuck together either by an industrial glue or by hot glue. And you'll notice if it's hot glue, if it has like the strings and whatnot. And hot glue is great because it's instant and it's pretty secure for the most part, depending on what you're bonding together. So a hot glue gun and glue sticks are definitely ideal, especially if you're trying to regem your bra, if you want to secure something together, some fabric together temporarily. It can definitely come in handy. Next thing on my list, and I'm not really going in any particular order, is, or are rather, nipple covers. Shout out to Carnivalista who creates smoothies. Their nipple covers are called smoothies. And they're flesh toned. So depending on whatever your complexion is, you can find a smoothie that matches it really well. So the smoothies or the pasties, whatever you decide to use, are used to cover your nipple. It comes in handy because if you're afraid that your nipple might slip, it might pop out, especially if you have like a wire bra or a low cut bra and you're doing all the winding up and dancing and juking and you might have a nip slip. So it's a way to keep yourself a little protected in the event that that happens. One of the things, or a couple of things that you can do with the nipple cover is you can either buy them as they are. You can buy the funky ones that have different colors, they have different shapes, they're animals, they're different symbols, they have different types of nipple covers. But one of the things that you can do, especially if you wanted to truly blend in with your costume, is you can gem it yourself. And you can gem it you could use hot glue. I don't recommend hot glue. You could do it though if you just wanted like a quick fix, but using E6000. So that's a nice segue into another item on the kit. So E6000 is an industrial strength glue. The transparent type is the type that I recommend. They have black and I think they have a white one as well, but you want to get the clear version. E6000, you are going to need time to apply it. You're going to need time for it to dry because it takes about 24 hours for it to just be in place. And it is a fairly permanent glue. Like in order to get certain things off, like you really have to dig in there with some type of utensil to get it off of whatever it is that you apply it to. But for the most part, like it's not going to come off with just a flick. Okay. So you can use E6000 glue to apply gems to your nipple covers. You can also use E6000 glue to apply gems to your bra or whatever. But again, keep in mind that you're going to have to keep playing with the gems so that they stay in place. And then you're also going to have to allow time for the glue to dry. And then the other thing with E6000 is that it's a strong odor. It's a very strong smell. They do have like a low odor one that I think I just saw, but again, I don't know how good it is, but it's very strong. So it's like if you glue something on, you wait your 24 hours, you're probably still going to be smelling the E6000, so you might want to give it some time. So that being said, I want to talk about body wear. So body wear is, whatever you're wearing on your body. Self-explanatory. You might want to bring backup body wear in the event that, number one, you might have some concerns about how a costume looks, right? Because it's different when it might be different from looking at the costume from the pictures that the band displays versus what you actually get. You might be concerned about your bra size. You might be concerned about your panty size, whatever it is. Bring a backup pair that matches your costume so that you can work with it. So what can you do with your body wear? If you bring, for example, a bikini top and you receive your package and you realize that, the bra that I have is okay, but I think I want to wear my bikini top instead, or the wire bra that you received wasn't the right size. So you can take the gems off of the wire bra and you can replace them and you can glue them on the bikini top that you brought. So for example, not even last year because it's been a while, 2019, which was the last carnival I went to internationally, there was a costume that had a basic bra, but I wanted a wire bra. So I brought my wire bra frame and, covered it in a matching fabric. Actually, no, I didn't. I took the bra, there was fabric on the bra. I took that off and I reapplied it on the wire bra that I made, or you can just bring your own color, whatever. So you can do all types of things. Like I feel like you just think outside the box and it can be done. Same thing with a panty. If you're not certain what the boy shorts are going to look like, if you think that your nanny's going to be exposed, bring an extra bottom to go with your costume. Bring a whole bikini. It might be a monokini that you bring, and then reapply things that way. So those are ways that the body wear can be used. Another thing that I highly recommend is Hollywood fashion tape, specifically that brand. I mean, there's other types of fashion tape, but Hollywood has not let me down. And that's used to adhere the whatever fabric to your skin. The key thing with Hollywood fashion tape is that you have to make sure that your skin is not oily. So typically, even if say you hopped out the shower, you've lathered up with your preferred oils and lotions or whatever. So what you want to do is wherever area you plan to put the fashion tape, usually it's used for like wire bras or whatever. You wash that area off, soap and water, let it dry. Then if you want to go a step beyond that, take a swab of alcohol, wipe it over the area as well, let that dry, and then apply the fashion tape. And you should not have any issues, especially if you bend the wire a certain way and it's fitting on your body like it's supposed to. You should be good to go. Note, take off the fashion tape very gently, especially if it's stuck on real good. And it tends to stay on whole day, sweat, whatever. It is long lasting. I even had a scar on my chest because I was rushing to get to the airport after Tuesday Mass in Trinidad, and I ended up just like taking it, and I took off a piece of my skin with it. So just be gentle with how you remove the fashion tape. And another thing that you might want to bring is extra fabric, but not any type of fabric. So if you know that your costume is white, whatever color your costume is, you might want to get or bring with you fabric to match. For example, I had a friend who ordered a wire bra. Wire bra ended up being too small. Band house couldn't really accommodate, so she took some fabric that she had, kind of cut it up, and made her own pasty and placed it on her breast. Fashion glue can be used, not fashion glue, Hollywood fashion tape can be used to adhere that. And so when you looked at her costume, like I couldn't tell that she had made her own pasties and used fabric to do that. So that's one thing that you can use fabric for. Another thing, you can use it to make your own string. Sometimes bands have extra string, and if you know early enough that to ask for that when you go and pick up your costume, great. If you've forgotten it for some reason, then having that fabric on hand would be ideal. So the type of fabric that I recommend you getting is 4x4 stretch swimwear fabric. So that's either lycra or nylon. Is it nylon? Yeah, anyway, swimwear fabric. I can't get my words together. But the significance of 4-way stretch is that no matter which way you stretch the fabric, it's going to stretch. So to make your own strings, all you have to do is just cut about 1 inch of fabric the long way. And once you have it, just pull both ends and it'll make a piece of string. Done. If you took one of my classes, you know what I'm talking about. Trust me, it works. So fabric can be used for string. It can be used to make your own pasties. It can just be used if you just want to put a piece of, padding in there. It can be used to, here's another thing. You can take the fabric and you can take the hot glue gun, for example, or the E6000. And if you have, how there's so much neck pieces, right? So if you have sensitive skin like mine, and there's a heavy chain or something, or itchy fabric, whatever it is, you can take that fabric, cut it up to match whatever the pattern of the neckwear is or whatever bodywear is, and then glue it to that so that when you place it on your skin, it's not going to be irritated in any way. You're covered. So that's that. Then we have needle and thread. Needle and thread, self-explanatory. You can use that to sew certain pieces together. If you have, some gems have this little hole in it. If you have gems that are falling off or that's supposed to hang, you can take the needle and thread and sew the gem to the costume so that it's more secure. The needle and thread also comes in handy if you have body wear that's a V-cut, but you want to wear your hosiery and the hosiery is kind of horizontal, right? There's no V-cut. You can take the hosiery and sew it to the body wear on all the points. So the 3 points and then, 4 points because there's 1 point in the back, so that it aligns. You can also, another thing that you can pack is super glue. You can take the super glue, because that's instant, right? You can take the super glue and adhere the stockings to the bodywear as well, right? So those are just 2 little tricks that you can use if you have a unique bodywear but you still want to wear leggings. You can also use the fabric to put on your boots. Options are out there, right? However fancy you want to get, you can do it. You never know what you're going to get when you go to pick up your costume. You can have a wonderful experience and everything be exactly how you pictured that it would be, and then you can have an experience was like, that's not what I wanted, but I need to make the best of this situation, so I'm just gonna take whatever tools I brought with me in my carnival emergency kit, and we gonna make this work for the best, right? Like, don't let your carnival be ruined by foolishness, especially if it's something that you can fix and you're willing to fix and you're okay doing it. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't still request a refund or express your disappointment to the band or whatever, but at the end of the day, you want to be happy come carnival day, and you want to be happy on the road and do what you can. Okay, so yeah. Oh, this just came to mind. In the event that your band of choice did not cover the backing to your feather collar, if you have one, you can use the fabric for that. I don't know why it's trending these days that the back is just, you see the cardboard, you see the foam or whatever it is. That's not how it should be. It should be covered in matching fabric, whether it's glittery or not, or if you want to take the time and add, feathers and gems or whatever, it should be proper. It should be properly, it shouldn't look half done. Okay, so that's another reason why you might want to use or bring fabric with you on your carnival trip. Okay. All right, so thank you for tuning in to the platform. Make sure you like, make sure you share, feel free to comment. I love the comments. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on Instagram, follow me. Go follow me on TikTok. Okay, all the things. You can find tutorials on my page as well to kind of cover the things that, or to show you rather, the things that I've covered here today. Okay, cool. Happy carnivaling.